Hey guys, it's Colin here, coming to you from my couch as I do most days. I just have been doing some internet marketing training today, and a lot of my training I've been doing through a guy called Tony Rush. Don't know if you've heard of him, but he's pretty prominent now. He's been in the game for, well, not online for 20 years, but he's been in the network marketing and must have been through a lot of businesses over the last few years and that, and he's obviously got a lot of respect in the industry, and he's pretty cool. I think I can relate to him because he definitely I think he grew up on a farm, some sort of a livestock farm or something, and that's what I did in Australia too. And I still obviously farm still in the family and that, but when he talks about herding cattle and stuff like that, I can definitely relate to him. And I love it how he uses stuff like that actually, because he says I'm not sure how much you've seen about him, but he says stuff about it. So it's okay to have all the motivational stuff, to read that kind of thing, but you've also got to take action, and that's what the current company he's in is all about: taking action, getting things done, not just sitting around talking about it. If you're going to market, if you're going to blog, actually do it. If you're going to learn how to do it the best way possible, actually do it. And I just wanted to shoot a quick message out about him and about mentors and stuff like that, because I'm a fairly young guy, only 26, just starting off online really, been online for the last year or so, and met some dudes that weren't really worth following. They sort of, I guess they didn't have the right mentors themselves or something. They were doing the wrong things, so what they were doing had no future. If you're going against Google's policies or something like that, or doing something that's unethical, you generally won't last for long. Anyway, yeah, so I stumbled along Tony in Empower Network, and just like anyone, he'll have people that'll follow him and people that won't follow him. But he's typical guy that's really good at writing copy, writing emails, and he's pretty sweet like that. And he's not necessarily the biggest blogger in the world, but he's good at getting paid traffic and all that sort of stuff. So at using paid advertising, solo ads to get traffic. And I just follow a lot, not necessarily just the internet marketing tips he has, but just the tips about how you should run your business, and how you should stick with one thing and focusing and all that sort of thing. So I just wanted to shoot a video today, get it out there, that I just wanted to thank Tony Rush for all the stuff that he's done for me so far. And I think that's the problem with a lot of leaders like him, guys like Tony Rush, Aaron Raskin, and that they because they're only human, they can't quite get their head around how many people they actually help. Like I don't know if you could imagine having 20,000 followers or more, or if it's similar to being a sports person or a sports star or something like that, or an actor, anyone that's a bit famous. Can't quite get your head around how many people in how many different countries follow you. But yeah, so I was in sort of a fairly struggling online. I hadn't really had much success. I'd had a couple of failures, and so one day I was just sitting there and managed to through a woman I knew online, or I still know her, and she put me on to Empower Network, and straight away I stumbled on this guy called Tony Rush, and it was actually quite a funny story, because I didn't meet him. I watched a couple of his videos, and I thought, God, this guy, it's especially in Australia, I think his southerner accent Alabama or South North Carolina or somewhere wherever he is in the US is just it's really cool. In Australia, it's kind of, I'm not sure, it's sort of legendary, if you want to call it that. And yeah, so I straight away I just thought this guy. I thought, he's cool to listen to. He's kind of like a Chris Darty or a Rob Ford. They've got these stories, and you just I guess David Wood's the same, obviously, and Sharpie too, and they just, there's obviously plenty of those guys, but they're just entertaining, and that is one massive tip that I've learned during internet marketing. If you're going to listen to me now, um, entertainment sells. So, once you try to start building your brand online, start building your story. Like, I often tell my upbringing about growing up on a farm and going away to boarding school, and then going back to work on the farm. And after school, I sort of wasn't really interested in it. And one thing I don't like about boarding school is it doesn't teach you how to work, or how to that you've got to put some sort of hard work into something if you want to get anywhere in that area. And it also teaches you to kind of have this tend to float through life. There's too many people I know that peaked at high school, and I guess that was true for me for a year or so out of school. I was kind of like, whoa. I used to feel pretty good about myself at school, and that playing sport, and I wasn't too bad at school, even though I didn't really have, I wasn't the type of guy to have massive amount of friends, and I definitely didn't know what I wanted to do after school. So that was the problem. I kind of got away with everything at school. I just sort of half cheated my way through, and then when I got out into the real world, I didn't have a clue what I wanted to do. My dad told me to come back to the cattle station, to the sort of, yeah, or ranch as you call it in the US. So I went back home, and he taught me how to work, which is typical of all farm boys, and so that I've got to thank him about that. But like a lot of family businesses, I eventually decided I had to get out of there, and it was just, a lot of people go through their whole lives, which is a bit of a scary thing, and without actually finding what they wanted to do in life. So I eventually left there about 3 years ago or something, and I lived in Germany for 2 years. I'm just back here in Germany at the moment, visiting, and it was a soul-searching mission for me. And eventually I sort of decided that, I'm interested in business and studying money, studying wealthy people and all that sort of stuff. And once I realised that that's what I wanted to do, I didn't really care about what anyone else says or does or wants me to do. And that's typical of everything. And typical of everyone once they find what they want to do in life. And time's gone just so quickly since then. I hate it. I can't understand people sitting around saying they're bored. I don't really understand it anymore. I definitely used to be like that at school. I can remember I was bad for that. Yeah, I just don't get bored like that anymore. And so yeah, that was my story. And eventually, I started getting into internet marketing, and as part of businesses and investing, because it's such a high growth area at the moment, particularly in the US since the global financial crisis and all that sort of stuff. And but anyway, so that's basically how I got here. And yeah, I guess back to the topic. Tony Rush, he was the same. Didn't Probably still doesn't know what he wants to do when he grows up. He's similar to a Rob Ford or a Chris Darty, and yeah, it's typical of once you start putting yourself out and building a brand online, you will have your followers, and I particularly follow Tony Rush and other guys like that, and I can relate to them. And so yeah, that's basically my message from today. And if you want to follow what I'm doing, check out my blog. I'll have the link below this video. It's a blog about internet marketing, particularly about Empower Network. And if you're unsure what you want to do online, we've got the best training, we've got good teams, we've got everything. So just jump in on my blog, have a bit of a look, join my emailing list, and we'll take it from there. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.